other UN body. So we appealed because this is bad law she's creating on when we get such a judgment, and we want court to set aside her judgment, but also order government that government must, this is not like we are a wish list, no. Government must establish national food reserves. Government must come up with laws to regulate food. Let me tell you, not everyone can cook. Not everyone can grow their food. We will continue to depend on other players. But when I walk into a restaurant or a hotel to eat, I must be able to eat safe. You understand? It shouldn't be, we have local government, for example. All people who start businesses will be required to have a license. And then they stop at that because they know they'll get money from it and everything. But do you go an extra mile if it concerns public health to make sure that this person who is cooking food, in the first place, do they even know that food is potentially dangerous to health? Even when it's cooked. Even when it's cooked.
Well, for those who are watching us here at Morning at NTV, please, we do ask you, how sure of your safety, how sure that the food that you're consuming is safe? Do you even think about it? Please remember our hashtag is Morning at NTV. Do send us your thoughts. Do you pay attention to the food you're buying, you're consuming? And coming back to you, Mr. David, finally, I would like to, as we wait maybe for the laws to be put in place, for the national reserves to be achieved, what can be done by us, all of us, including myself, what can be done to ensure that we have food safety? Because also, you mentioned that some people do not have what to eat. But you see, if you don't have what to eat and you get something that is just there, you must be like, survive. What do I do?
Let me put something in the stomach.
Let me just put something in the stomach. But what should we have at the back of our minds when we are buying food so that at least we consume food that is safe?
What I need to tell Ugandans is, the person who is selling food to you doesn't know you.
And probably do not care.
In most cases, they don't care about you. Let me tell you. Again, about eggs, poultry. We all love, maybe Uganda is now having a delicacy called a Rolex. You understand? We are promoting it. Actually, it's a very good thing. A well-done Rolex is very good food. But recently, we have discovered, and in my organization, we are doing some research and it is about to come out. We have hatcheries in Uganda. But when the science of hatching eggs, after 18 days with the eggs in the hatchery, if you got them out, there is a system called lighting. You can tell that this egg is going to hatch, this is not going to hatch. Now, these people who operate roadside Rolex making and food, they go and buy those eggs. And you Ugandans, you eat them.
Yes, we eat.
I no longer eat them because now I know. And this is what I need to tell you. So you've asked me a question. What do we do?
What do we do?
This is not only for the consumer, but it is also for people who prepare food and the people who are selling food. My brother or sister who is selling food on the roadside or anywhere, please don't overuse oil. Yes. They even put other substances in the oil. You find chicken is very nice, looks very good, but you see they have put other substances and they know them. That is number one. Number two, if you are making a Rolex, please don't sell to me rotten eggs, because they have chemicals they use such that you'll never even smell that these eggs are rotten. But even you, a consumer, don't just buy. Recently, I think government now should come, as now they continue to ease the lockdown. Be very careful. I have gone to the supermarkets twice. Even water gets contaminated, it gets expired. You don't rush to buy and run away. Nobody is chasing you. It is your money. Read. If the expiry date, find the if a product does not have expiry date, why are you taking it? Another issue is about nutrition labeling. If you are buying a drink or maybe flour and there is no nutrition content or labeling, why are you taking it? You leave it to them. You understand? Because the food industry, the people who are engineering food do not like you. What they like from you is your money. And they do two things fundamental. They take away your money and eventually your life.
And your life. Well, thank you so much for joining us in our studios this very morning. I think it is a very crucial topic that we should have had even much earlier. And for you who's watching us, personally, I feel attacked. I will not deny that fact. And I think after this conversation, I'm going to be more careful with what I consume and maybe think twice about what I buy.
And maybe if you could allow me just a minute.
Yes.
Another critical component that we need to look at is chemicals. Have you heard about glyphosate? The weed killers and every in other countries these chemicals have been banned, but here in Uganda we continue importing, and yet there are alternatives. Mr. Government, don't keep quiet. Tomatoes, recently we had a report from Public Health, the College of Public Health in Makerere. 90% of the tomatoes in Kampala main markets are contaminated with chemicals. You've seen tomatoes with chemicals on them.
Yes.
Please don't buy them. Don't, because if you take them, the farmers in the gardens apply these chemicals, and when they bring the produce in the market, the vendors also apply more. So these are all things that we need to take care of and be able that we eat safe. All right.
Thank you so much for joining us once again. And of course, you at home, food affects everybody. Yes. Whether you're the president, whether you're a food vendor, or whether you're a farmer, food, we all eat. So it is very important for all of us to pay attention to the things we eat, and even you who's selling the products. If you can, I know you can, at least try to be considerate of what you're putting out. I know you want to make that extra profit, but